I need a man who's 6'4", tatted, super rich, and obsessed with me. My husband gotta be tall, rich, and loves me. I just want a man who's got a stable job and owns his own house. I just want to date a guy with a job and a car. I just need a guy with a pulse. I found a new hobby. I'm gonna go fight for human rights. I finally found who loves me.
Listen, it's just a skit, but it proves a really good point. Women are not going to simply age and get the best man in the world or get the men that they want the older they get. That's not reality. The older a woman gets, the less likely she is to find a mate that she thinks is one, attractive and financially secure, and somebody who even finds her vaguely interesting. So what is the best option? Best option for women in general: get married young, or get yourself connected young to somebody who you can build a life with and live that life with that person. But you've got so many of these women who are simply playing the field, running around in their youth, wasting their best years ever, and then they get to 35, 40, and suddenly the guy who they had as the 6'5", tatted, earned six figures, he's no longer available. Now what? Now she's grabbing at straws. Now she's grabbing anyone who looks vaguely available. And most times it's not the best option for her. So this skit really proves a point that a lot of young girls in particular need to get with and get and understand clearly at their young age. You're not going to simply play the streets in your youth and not suffer the consequences of that when you get older. It doesn't work like that. That's not how life works. It just doesn't work like that. There is a consequence for bad behavior. There's a consequence for your actions in your younger years. And if you speak to the older people, they'll tell you the best thing they ever did was to live a decent life. It might not have been a rich life. It might not have been with the perfect guy, so to speak, but it was with somebody who they could love, with somebody who they could build a life, and they found themselves falling in love, or they found themselves living a relatively decent life. And let's face it, most people live a relatively decent life. And to add to that, the stats are clear on this. By the age of 50, roughly 30% of women are single. Now, that singlehood can come about as a result of being divorced or widowed. But sadly enough, the vast majority of those men, of those numbers, are made up of women who were never married and only had short-time partners. And what you find is that many of them over 50 begin to seek a partner. It's very difficult to find one. But if you compare that to men, roughly 80% of men over 50 who decide to seek a partner end up getting someone to spend their time with. It's not easy for women as they get older. It's not the same for men as they get older. So it benefits a woman to find a partner in her youth or in her younger years and stay grounded with that person. In your 20s, as a woman, you have your pick of the litter. You have all the options in the world. You can pick, choose, and refuse. And most women are in their 20s are refusing the best available options to them. They're refusing the guys that are standing in front of them and making themselves available. And by the time they get to 40, by the time these girls get to 40, those guys have moved on. They have either got married, they've had their kids, they're living a whole different life. They're no longer interested in these women. And these are the same women who say, "Oh, where are all the good men? Where have all the good men gone?" They're right there. You just refused them when you had the chance to select them. So learn from this. So here's the thing from this skit. Here's the lesson. Find your Mr. Right early. Even if he's not Mr. Right or Mr. Perfect, maybe he's just Mr. Good enough.